NFL. And all eyes are on Drake May. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Monarchs and the Antlers coming up next.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson, partner. This should be a good one here in the month of October. Got a couple of teams playing good football to get this season going.
And all offseason, Mike, coaches and teams, they talk about the importance of starting the season strong. And here in this matchup for early in the year, we have our first look at two teams that have started off strong. They're playing winning football. They're starting to really understand what their identity is as a team. And for this stage of the season, this is one of the better matchups we've seen so far, and it's going to go a long way continuing to unravel who are the teams we're going to be talking about come the end of the regular season.
Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready, and off we go from Wembley. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style.
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you, and here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up 4th down.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led by the man from North Carolina, 6'4", quarterback Drake May.
Now, Mike, at this level here in the NFL, you just rarely see the type of performance where one player on the field just stands out that much against his peers. But that's exactly what we saw out of this quarterback.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's Heineke. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Heineke will set up the screen to Patterson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down. The Monarchs getting their special teams on the field. Back deep, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. And he'll be brought down. Short return and they'll take over there. The Antlers offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Pistol here for Herbert. This one is caught by Luke Musgrave. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Herbert. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. First grab of the game for Brown. Good enough for a 1st down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one.
And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Oh, and once again, the pressure too intense. They get him down again.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
The connection made to Ayuk. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll throw with Heineke. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
On 3rd down, the defense decides to dial up a blitz. Give credit to the offensive line and the running backs. They were ready for it. They picked it up. That's what allowed the quarterback to escape the pocket, see open space, and convert and pick up the 1st down.
Now the veteran, it's Cordero Patterson. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
It is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Heineke. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues. A first down there. Gain of 14 yards. In motion comes Pittman. On the carry, it's Patterson. The yards are hard to come by there. They work it down to the 37-yard line. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the ground, here comes Patterson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Throwing, Heineke. He'll try to run for it.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This from an even 50 yards out. Prater's kick is good. And the Monarchs will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
On the return, this is Jalen Reagor. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Antlers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Again, it's Pollard. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains. So, a field goal apiece here in that 1st quarter. All even, 3 apiece, the score. More from the International Series in London after this. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Herbert. He connects with Jordan Addison. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
First and 10, and they give it to Pollard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. Maris Leofau there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. And in motion is Brown. Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
To be a prolific passing offense in this league, you have to be able to both throw the ball from the pocket and you have to be able to operate and convert on third downs. And they've really done both at a high level on this drive. And to no surprise, they find themselves first and goal.
From 6 yards out, it's first and goal. To throw, it's Herbert. That caught Tony Pollard. And he'll lose yardage here. The defense standing strong in the red zone. They drop him back at the 10. The task a bit tougher as they face second and goal. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on third and goal. Herbert. Now he'll run, and he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Justin Herbert, touchdown Antlers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Monarchs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start first and 10. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Pistol snap for Heineke. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Here's first and 10. They'll run here with Patterson. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4. To throw is Heineke. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in second and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down. Heineke. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
It's a gain of 13, and it's first and goal.
The story of this drive has just been their ability to sustain and get fresh sets of down. Now, in this case, after picking up that big gain on the ground, they find themselves first and goal.
He's got it at the 3.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Monarchs cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Antlers offense getting set to get back to work. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing now is Herbert. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. 3rd and long. They send him right out of the slot. On 3rd and long, it's Herbert. Now he'll run. And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play.
Well, just one of those plays. There's just nowhere to go with the ball. He decides to try to make a run for it and extend the play. But unfortunately, the defense had him accounted for as well. Gets what he can, gives himself up, brings up 4th down.
That is fielded at the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Monarchs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. 35 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. 2nd and 7. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. There he goes again. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They'll try to run.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield. Second and 11. He'll look to throw. This one caught by Patrick. And he will get into the end zone. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Monarchs. It's his second touchdown of the year.
You know, there's so many key factors that allow a play like this, Mike, to have so much success. And, of course, like anything, it starts with the quarterback being accurate. It's such a big part of NFL football right now is the run after the catch. But the accuracy of the ball allows the receiver to turn into a runner after securing the catch. So great job there by the quarterback. And then sometimes it's just a foot race to the pylon and speed kills. And wide receiver gets the ball, secures it, and he does the rest.
Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready, and off we go from Wembley. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Antlers offense going to take over just before the half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Slot man in motion left. On 2nd down, here's Herbert. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. Now this defense will use a 3rd and final timeout, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a shot here, deep middle. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. It was a strong first half for the veteran quarterback, Taylor Heineke. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here. for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. He'll start at the 4. And he is stopped at the 25, and the drive will begin there. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Here's Heineke. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort.
The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
That big boy was moving, Mike. That was impressive. I mean, it's not easy to bring down this quarterback in any situation. But to hawk him down from his interior defensive line spot nearly out by the sideline, that's beyond impressive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Heineke.
So you decide to put the ball in the air deep in your own end zone. That's fine. But the internal clock of the quarterback, it's got to speed up even a little bit more. You cannot hold the ball in this part of the field. And tell you what, he takes the sack, but he's lucky it wasn't a safety.
The Monarchs special teams unit onto the field, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. He's going to run it. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
And he'll work this into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line, taken down after a gain of 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, but he's got it. He's picked up a first down.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up 1st and goal.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
And he gets this one down inside the 10, but it will set up 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. They motion the slot man left. And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Throwing, Herbert. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Antlers will tie the game here in the third quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Monarchs offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Now this time they'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. 3rd down, 3 to go. Now, faking the give. He gets this one complete to Pittman. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll throw with Heineke. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the carry, it's Patterson. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. They need to get this to the 23. Here's 3rd down. Throwing is Heineke. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Monarchs will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter. We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England. And off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. Pistol here for Herbert. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet. Dan Quinn wants a second opinion here, and he has thrown the challenge flag. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. On first down, Herbert. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Now a play fake. Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So these teams trade field goals in the third as we come to the end of the quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is third down. From the gun, it's Herbert. He'll try and get there on the ground. And Herbert going to slide to a stop, but he's got it. He's picked up a first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
To the left side here, caught by Addison. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A give to Pollard, running right. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Again, it's Pollard. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. They'll put Addison in motion. Throwing is Herbert on third down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short.
He's got his big tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Antlers.
Look, Mike, I don't want to imply that they drew this play up specifically because this is when the league is celebrating National Tight Ends Day. But you got to admit, it's kind of fun seeing him score on this day in particular and join his fellow tight ends who have also scored throughout the league.
Elliott on now for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Antlers have taken a 4-point advantage. Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready, and off we go from Wembley. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Monarchs offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That is brought in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
1st and 10. To throw is Heineke. This one complete right side. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Throwing, Heineke. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll put Ayuk in motion. They will not get this one off. It'll be a delay of game. Heineke. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. On the ground, here comes Patterson. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. They need one right now. 3rd and long. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
So a big kick coming for the veteran Matt Prater. This to get back within a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they inch a bit closer here in this 4th quarter.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense. And Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Herbert to throw. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost him 5. Slot man in motion left. Again, they'll throw with Herbert. This one caught by DJ Chark. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Here's a 2nd and 9. A quick toss into the hands of Addison. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They motion the slot man left. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short. Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Throwing, Herbert. Off he goes.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short game.
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll run for it, and it's Pollard. And he's not going to get there. Coming up a couple of yards short. This is going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Pistol snap for Heineke. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Heineke. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Taking off, and he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to go down. The pressure, once again, too much. And that should wrap this one up. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Now a second timeout called by the defense. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. Throwing now is Herbert. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. So now, Jake Elliott, an important kick coming up. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Heineke. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here we go. One final play. Able to complete it to Ayuk. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that's going to do it. Their late comeback bid comes up short as time has expired in this game. So it's a win for our visitors. And make that a 5th straight victory as they're looking tougher and tougher to beat every week, especially heading to playoff time. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.